So welcome to the second part of Module 1, Mathematical Argumentation in the Classroom. This is Megan Staples again, and for this second part of the module, we will take what we've learned about mathematical argumentation and look at it in the context of the classroom. So trying to take those ideas that we were introduced to in part 1 and think about them more in that classroom context with students engaged in that kind of work. Our goals are by the end of this part of the module, we hope that we have helped you connect argumentation to the classroom context, generally by analyzing students' arguments, whether in some video clips that we show you or student work samples, hard copies, sort of student hard copied work. And then also to expand your thinking about argumentation in relation to your own practice, so you can start envisioning that in your own practice. As a reminder, let's review what is a mathematical argument. Well, a mathematical argument is a sequence of statements and reasons given with the aim of demonstrating that a claim is true or false. Now, we need to recall that argumentation involves a host of activities. So there's a mathematical argument you're trying to produce, but argumentation is that whole process that goes into it. And it's that process of argumentation that leads students to be able to articulate the claim, to understand the reasons behind it. You can't just say, produce an argument. We need to think about the context through which those arguments develop and students are able to articulate their reasoning. So in this module, just to give you a brief overview, first we'll look at some teachers' comments on the value of argumentation for them in their classroom with their students. Then we will have a series of video clips that will help us think about how might argumentation support conceptual understanding. That really comes through in some of these videos. And then following that, especially if you're a secondary teacher, you might want to look at a secondary task with student work. There are several samples there and commentary included. And then finally, we conclude with some ideas about connecting to practice, which are both reflection questions and also sort of thinking forward into what you would like to do with your practice. So this begins Module 1, Part 2.